Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference.
Here we are live at the 360 Vegas studios on this edition of Trooper Talk. We have Trooper Hagstrom, we have Officer McClarty, I'm Neil, and this is the dog. And one of the most wonderful things, Officer McClarty, is the different things that you can do inside of the Nevada State Police. It's not just the Highway Patrol, right? So talk to us about the fact of what's been happening with the recruiting.
Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not going to cost you $304,000 to put in an application with us, right?
That's right.
And then added benefits too, right? So you get to pick where you want to work, really. You can be a parole and probation officer, highway patrol trooper, Capitol Police officer. Is just the three divisions you can start off with us. We have other divisions too that you can eventually transfer to, like Nevada Department of Investigation. So those are like our state investigators or detectives, right? And dignitary protection. So Trooper Hagstrom's done that before, where you're the security or the police officers for the governor. So you got a lot of opportunities there to travel and meet new people and get a lot of experience where, you know, a regular officer probably wouldn't have anywhere close to that experience. And then state fire marshals too. So you have all these opportunities with us, whereas like a different agency, like a local agency, you're going to be a beat cop or a regular officer for quite a bit of time. Because most of the time, those agencies have a lot more people. In their investigative divisions, you don't really get into those until like maybe you're 12 to 15, and then that's like the tail end of your career. So maybe you're there for 5 years when you cut out at 20. But with us, like you're eligible to transfer to a different division after 2 years. So if there's an opening in one of those divisions and you have the ability to interview for it, you might have taken some classes and things like that to boost up your resume, and you interview well, you can transfer to one of our other divisions that we have.
And when it comes to the recruiting, you have, so now it's the end of August, right? So what is your recruiting schedule for, like, let's say the month of the end of August and then the month of September?
So our next Las Vegas Academy starts September 30th.
Okay.
And
So-
he has 20 people.
Right. So right now I have 21. I'm going to count them. Right.
Okay.
One of my cadets is going to get deployed, so he's going to miss out on this direct academy, but then he's going to be rolled over into the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
So 21. I got 21.
I got you.
21. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
But as far as like
What is the mix? Can I ask? Or you not know of parole and probation versus highway patrol?
yes. So I have 21. It's 10 and 11. So 10 highway,
Okay.
11 parole and probation.
So that's cool. So it's a
Yeah,
mix
half-
of
half
both.
and
Okay.
half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Which I haven't had happen. So usually it's a little bit like the scale's a little bit tipped, whereas highway patrol has a lot more, maybe by 5 or 6, and then
And it can
probation.
flip-flop.
Yeah, it flip flops, and it's
academy,
weird too because
yeah.
at the beginning of the like recruiting of maybe this year after this last academy started, you kind of like hit it hard to get as many people as you can because the process takes a while. So this last time I had like no parole and probation officers, and I was like, wow, this is this is not good, right? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, which is weird because I am a parole and probation officer. I must not be recruiting very well for them. So I didn't understand what was going on. But then once I had quite a few highway patrol troopers cadets in there, all of a sudden it was like a whole bunch of parole and probation candidates made it through backgrounds, and I'm like, now the scale tipped back up. So
Yeah,
it just
you're
kind of
like
depends on
50-50 for each one.
Yeah.
Not counting the other one.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
perfect.
And then we still have potential for a couple more because we have another 20 days or so. So I might end up with a couple more in there.
And is it so it's too late now for someone to get through the background and then
Yeah,
join
for our
that
September
for
Academy,
September?
there's no way because you still have to come out and test, do the fitness exam, written test. You have a polygraph. You got to go through backgrounds. And then you got to get scheduled for your medical appointments. So like your physical exam, your psychological, and then drug tests too.
And then when is the one after this then?
So that one will
Be
be
in
roughly
January?
about 7 months from now. So I want to say like end of May, early June.
End of May.
And then we have our Carson City Academy that started June 10th of this year, and there won't be another one up there until around March.
So this gives people plenty of time to get ready.
Yeah.
And if somebody was to have reckless driving or something like that, especially resulting in death, I mean, somebody's going to prison. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then they come out and then they get to be on parole or probation, and then they get to spend time with you for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that fine and the points on their license, potentially they could either go to prison depending on the severity of the crime, and then probation as well. So you're going to have to deal with you being supervised by one of our officers for 3 to 5 years, potentially even more, paying supervision fees.
Paying supervision
Right.
fees.
So on top of your payment for your reckless driving or
we never
whatever.
discussed it. They have to pay every month?
Right, they pay $30 for a supervision fee to the state.
Wow.
And then not to mention, you might have restitution or something that, in order for that crime, they might have to pay to like a victim or something, that they pay an extra money towards helping out that person that crashed a car. Or,
Yeah, you might have to pay for the car,
hospital
as far
bill,
as
something like that. So
Wow.
they might be ordered to pay restitution. So that's an additional fee that they have to pay. I mean, not only just to take the money out of it, right?
Right.
You're affecting your life because you've maybe hurt somebody, you're hurting yourself, the mental,
your
Capa-
time,
yeah,
your
like
your
the-
time from away from work,
right? So
everything.
you're
I
dealing
mean,
with a
adds
lot
up.
more than just money, right? And it's a decision that creates all these other issues you're going to have to deal with now, just because and really, if you think about it, going 100 miles an hour or 65, how many minutes are you even cutting off?
Yeah, we
Not very
talked
many.
many times about
Right,
that.
it's not
I
very
mean, you're
many.
not really making that much time, and then you're going to
No.
have to slow down, speed up, because of people in traffic.
Yeah.
That's what makes you reckless, is them going in and out of traffic, trying to beat everybody, trying to get somewhere fast. And we've talked on your show numerous times. What we talk about? Planning ahead. I had a conversation with somebody who pulled over last week, and he's running late for work. And I said, you didn't plan ahead? Why don't you leave early
Yeah.
so you don't have to be putting others' lives in jeopardy driving the way you are? You know what I mean? So, just
Plan ahead.
plan ahead. I mean, I don't know what else to really give good advice. I'm always saying, hey, be mindful of others. That's one of my biggest ones, because we have to think about other people. And that's one of the reasons I always bring this up on the show. It's just not you. Don't be selfish. There's other people that have families and lives out there. So you're affecting everything if something does happen. So
I watched this new show. It's about the courts, right? It's on, and so it's where they go inside the courts and they show the people that have gotten in trouble, right? And they're in the jail. They're they're serving 180 days waiting for the next trial date. You know what I mean? So like,
Sure.
If it's not honky dory, like, oh, they're just going to let you out again. And so it's very important that if you get into a situation like this, that you just sort of follow the lead of what you're trying to do, because essentially you're just trying to help them.
Right, and there's also incentives too. So depending on your level of supervision, you have the ability to actually get off early. And how to do that is like paying your fees that you have, your monthly supervision fees, paying off any restitution to any victims that you had in your case, doing all the court order conditions like your counseling, getting a job, getting a GED, things like that. If you complete all that stuff, you have the potential that we can submit something to the judge and say, hey, this person has done a great job on probation. They've served at least half their time, or I think 1 year. And then now they've already completed all this stuff. And then now you go in front of the judge and say, hey, this is eligible for an early discharge. And then you kind of put it out there saying, we recommend it, and because of all these conditions that they completed. So they have the ability to get off early too. And that's just by following, directives and the rules, and showing that, you've learned from your mistake. You're not going to do it again. You've done all these things to get better as a person.
That's cool.
And then move forward.
Because I never knew that, and so that's cool, because it shows that because I'm sure there are people that make a mistake and they go, I just want to figure out how to get done this as soon as I possibly can.
Well, they
so
want
that,
you to succeed, though.
and
I
so
mean,
they
this
want you to
isn't
succeed,
set
right?
up to fail. You know what I mean? The only one that fails is yourself. I mean, they're putting it on you to get this done, and once you complete those programs, like you said, when you get it done early, you're done. They can put you in for getting an early release from the probation, which is excellent. But everybody wants to improve and make sure that you don't have to go down that road. They want you to get out. So
like that's what's important. You know what I mean? That the Nevada State Police is there to help in every single way. And when it comes to the same thing with the pulling someone over, right, which is what we hear by everybody who works for the Highway Patrol, they say, from even when Lieutenant White was here, you know, I had a conversation with someone. You know what I mean? It's
Sure.
not. It's not a matter of just, oh, you know, you did something wrong. It's, oh, you might have done something wrong, but let me explain this to you so that we're not in this situation again.
Absolutely. And it's an educational thing. You know, when you pull somebody over, we're not just mean guys that just, here's your ticket, pay it. We want to explain everything that happened. This is the reason why you're getting stopped. And then you'll ask them, hey, why are you driving this way? You know, and sometimes, you know, there might be something that came up and you listen to, and you can probably say, hey, I'm gonna let you go down the road with a warning, but I don't want to. We got you in our system, but just don't do it again, or you're gonna get a ticket.
Right. So I've
know what I
seen
mean?
that
So,
before,
yeah,
where they give you
absolutely.
the warning and they say, listen, you're now in the system. And we wrote down warning. So if you get caught again, because like you
And
know,
it tells you what it's for, too.
You had a suspended driver's license, and we're like, all right, we're gonna let you drive home, but I'm telling you now, if I catch you
Your car's
again,
getting
you're done.
towed. There,
Your
yeah.
car's getting towed.
You get
you're
arrested.
going to jail. Yeah,
Yep.
there's no question.
I
And
mean,
so-
we give breaks all the time. People just don't understand that. We're not out there just writing tickets constantly. But that is, you know, a lot of us that go out there, that's what we do. That, you know, that's part of our job. But our main thing is, it's not like some people probably think, oh, we're trying to get money for the county or the state. You know,
Right.
it's nothing like that. It's to save other people from your bad driving practices.
Well, gentlemen, till next
Pleasure.
week. We'll bring the dog again, okay? Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later.
Thank
okay?
you, Neil.
All right, see you later.
Bye.